Essentially, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the governor himself wrote the Hansen report. They just, their idea is to get horse racing out of there, then have the casinos, and we just cut us out of our piece of the pie. You know, there's absolutely no reason for it. The SBOA has worked incredibly hard. The horsemen have worked very, very hard, and it's really gratifying to see so much unity on behalf of the horsemen, because we're often criticized for not acting in unison. Well, here we have, and the people have been very, very strong, and they've made their points, and I think even the politicians who don't want to listen have been forced to listen. And the SBOA's proposal right now, and I was speaking to Tommy Lucento, and he feels very, very confident that this is going to happen. They're talking about 100 days of racing at the Meadowlands next year with average purses of $400,000 a night. And that would make it give it the largest purses per diem of any racetrack in North America, any standardbred racetrack in North America. Essentially, they'd be following the what they've done at Monmouth. Quality racing, fewer days, get the very best horses, get the very best horsemen, and build from there.
You know, you all know how important the Meadowlands is to the industry. I mean, it's always been, since its inception, the #1 facility in the world. People love to gamble there. It has the biggest pools. You know, traditionally we've had the best horses, the best drivers, the biggest races, and everybody that goes to the sale and buys a yearling or buys a racehorse, ultimately they all want to race at the Meadowlands. It's changed a little bit. We've lost a little bit of our gloss and glitter, but still it's the ultimate. If Meadowlands doesn't race, you're taking 2 or 3 of the foundation blocks out of the industry. Have an enormous detrimental effect, directly and indirectly, on the breeding industry. I mean, Hanover and the other major breeding farms are coming into these sales, a great deal of uncertainty. You know, I think everybody in the industry understands that maybe we've turned the corner a little bit, and psychologically, the attitude is much more positive now than it was 6 weeks ago, which is crucial. You know, the psyche of the individuals in the economy is important, the way they feel, that their positive or negative perception of what's going to go forward. So I think we've changed the perception a little bit. I think, at least locally in New Jersey, we feel a lot better what the situation is going to be. But still, there's a great deal of uncertainty, and I'm sure some of that will be reflected in the sales. I hope not. You know, these fellows work long and hard. They're experts in what they do. They try to bring the very finest product they can to the sales ring, so that all of us who are buyers, you know, find something we can like, pay a fair price, you know, and make successful racehorses out of them. That's what keeps the wheel, keeps it going. They breed them, we buy them, we race them. That's the money that fuels the industry. That's the way it goes.
Has the SBOA considered hiring an attorney to represent the group as a whole rather than having different people speaking out?
My understanding is that is somewhat of a problem. The SBOA is the major voice. However, there are a couple of splinter groups who are very, very well-meaning, but do go off on their own. And I know in the 10 years that Pennsylvania worked towards getting slots, getting racinos at the racetrack, the one thing that all the politicians told us, you have to speak with unity. If you come here splintered or fractured, you're not going to get anywhere. And for one of the few times horsemen act in a unified fashion. Unfortunately, again, they're well-meaning, but they're not all acting together.
In any other business, you appoint a spokesperson, and here we